Hi, tonight we're going to talk about spirituality is scientific. Spirituality respects, honors, and fulfills all activities, proceedings, and all stages or steps of a spiritual undertaking. Spirituality is logical and scientific, then it goes beyond science and logic in the search for truth. Science goes through steps to examine and evaluate the quality and value of something, while spirituality takes leaps out of the mind to experience consciousness. Science finds the truth with an objective and physical process, while spirituality finds the truth with a subjective or metaphysical experience or undertaking. Spirituality is a science that is concerned with the discovery of oneself in consciousness. Swami Vivekananda said, "Spirituality is the science and the soul." Carl Sagan said, "Science is not only compatible with spirituality, it is a profound source of spirituality." Martin Luther King said, "Our scientific power has outrun our spiritual power. We have guided missiles and misguided men." We can't force people to follow the Spirit if they are not ready to experience it. But we can plant a seed, especially with science. If it is cultivated, it will grow and be attracted to the light. It is up to the people involved to water their inspiration inside and awaken their consciousness. Spirituality comes from our spirit, our consciousness, and not from religious rules or dictates. But it should be able to stand the scrutiny and exploration of science. Spirituality is the science of our soul and is the healthiest subject the mind can undertake, because it can expand and help us to move forward. It is the oldest science, not a tradition from the past, but actions that break down our well-being in a scientific way that leads us to non-sensory solutions. Sadhguru says, "Spiritual practice is like food. Food only works for those who eat it. Spiritual practice only works for those who do it." Sri Sri Shankar says, "Understanding matter is science. Understanding who am I is spirituality." Nikola Tesla said, "What one man calls God, another man calls the laws of physics." Religion tells us stories, so we will believe in someone else's experience. But spirituality gives us philosophy and science to have our own experience. It sets out to explain non-sensory things and subjects in the same way science explains things manifested. The best way to seek an optimal solution to knowing or a problem is to use science, spirituality, and philosophy together. They are one and the same, only different sides of the same piece of paper. Where quantum physics validates spiritual teachings, spirituality is a leap because science has a hard time following it, because it is beyond the measurable realm. But our human experience is endless, so we call it spiritual. Physical sciences generate external well-being and comfort, while science of spirituality, not associated with any religion, is the science of inner peace and happiness. Einstein said, "Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind." Max Planck said, "There can never be any real opposition between religion and science, for the one is the complement of the other." Every serious and reflective person realizes, I think, that the religion element of this nature must be recognized and cultivated if all the powers of the human soul are to act together in perfect balance and harmony. And indeed, it was not by accident that the greatest thinkers of all ages were deeply religious souls. Spirituality and religion coexist as we yearn for knowledge, happiness, and peace. Both are legitimate. They both connect and converge in our life in the physical, mental, and spiritual dimensions. So we become useful and decent individuals. Both are used in our search for truth, which does not change in time because it is beyond time. Spirit means intrinsic nature, or our fundamental part that is essential and it does not change. We go to spirituality because everything we experience on the physical plane keeps changing. Everything we thought was real presented to us as being sooner or later moves to not being. That is why we study our interest in this sphere to find what does not change. We observe ourselves and the world and see the changes. So in our search, we go beyond science. Spirituality is deep immersion in truth where two become one, and we realize we are no thing, nothing. Rumi said, "The lamps are different, but the light is the same." Zen thinking and science say, we are not separate from our environment. We are one with it. Therefore, we are conditioned by all things. No thing is independent. Science and spirituality say everything is nothing but energy or one consciousness, and we are just streaks of energy in our individual energy signatures, all connected in past, present, and future. We change 1,000 times in our life as we die and start again. We break and separate and tear apart our life until the different illusions are exposed, what we once thought to be true. With science and spirituality, the illusions that are wrongfully perceived go up in smoke. So what is left is the truth of what we are. Sivananda said, "Go beyond science into the region of metaphysics. Real religion is beyond argument. It can only be lived both inwardly and outwardly." Einstein said, "Be a loner. That gives you time to wonder, to search for the truth. Have only curiosity. Make your life worth living." Thank you.